Welcome back, guys, to the second part of the video all about makeup agencies. We're gonna get right into it. If one of the agencies or even more decided to take you or sign you, congratulations. If you are even able to choose and you know exactly which agency you want to go with, then even better. The agency you choose will ask you for photo material. So it's really important that you send them your past work over on maybe a WeTransfer link or a way where you have a high resolution. That means good quality. It's not usual for the agencies to charge you something for their services, for the let's say internet services, the fee to put you online, to deal with all these things. But some agencies, they require a fee, especially the internet fee, the webpage fee, where they basically charge you for being online on their webpage to be represented as an artist. I only experienced that once with the agency and I didn't go with them. So I decided to go with another agency which didn't charge anything. Basically what the deal was, that they're taking a percentage, a cut off my, paycheck of each job basically. And yeah, that was it. There was no extra hidden fees. And that really made me also feel like good about the agency, and that's why I like one of the reasons why I also went with them. The next thing will be that they will assign you to a booker. This person will be responsible for booking you each job. So make sure that you have a good relationship with this booker and you want to be on good terms with them, because they are the ones who are representing you and pushing you and promoting you. Always make sure to check in with your booker at least once a week. If you don't hear anything from them, just, send a quick reminder like, how are you doing? Haven't heard anything from you, just to keep the contact and show up so they get reminded. They have so many other artists they're representing. Sometimes they just forget about you. So especially when you're new, you want to make the impression that you are there, attentive, and that you're willing to work and take each job. So just check in and keep the contact so you are not getting forgotten. When you're lucky, you get jobs or work straight away. So that's one thing where you really should consider yourself really, really grateful and happy, because not many people are getting freshly into a makeup agency and immediately start working, because there are so many makeup artists nowadays. There's also a lot of production. There's always a lot of makeup artists needed. But I feel like, especially in this time, what we're living, it's like overloaded with makeup artists. So if you're working right away with the agency, at least even have one job a week for being new in an agency, that's amazing, trust me. But if you don't have jobs right away, don't get frustrated, because as I already said, there's so many makeup artists, and in this agency there were other makeup artists before you and you're new. Just try to get in the makeup agency climate and to really try to settle and be patient, and again, don't lose focus and keep the contact with your booker and show that you are motivated. It can really go both ways. So I wouldn't really depend that on your agency 100%, because most of the times there are clients who are looking for artists. They go on your page or on your section where you are represented from your agency, and they're looking through your page and they're looking for a specific look. They want to know that you're capable of recreating the look or doing it again. So they're either looking for similar looks or they're getting inspired by being on your page. So, but if they're looking for the specific look and you don't have that in your portfolio, they'll probably go with another artist where they found it in. That's how specific clients are. I'm telling you, I've had many scenarios like that happening to me where but I'm capable of doing that, but they didn't see it on your portfolio. And this is how most of the clients nowadays work. So don't get frustrated. Your time will come. That's why I'm always encouraging every artist, if they're not working at the moment, to keep shooting, to keep trying to create some, nice shoots, get a team together, get creative, try to always follow up with the newest trends. Always try to have everything very trendy and up to date in your portfolio so they know that you already had a job, you know, which is also up to date. It will show them that you are constantly on it. Like if they would see a trend like from 3 years ago and super like old style photos and nothing new, they would think that you're not working, that you're not up to date. So if you're showing new trends and new things, what is in trend right now, there's always a trend, they will think that you are on it. It will always get you faster to your goals when you are active and not just sitting at home and saying like waiting for a job and being like depressed. No, you also need to be creative. Creatives need to be active and need to create, because otherwise their passion will just, you know, like die within itself. You don't want that to happen. So just be productive and, you know, get inspired by so many other things which are out there. And if you have a time where you don't feel like creating something, I also totally understand. But especially when you are at the beginning, I want to see that fire. You want to just like flourish and just like, you know, spread that energy, that motivated, like always trying to create test shoots will always get you somewhere. So keep on doing that. That's one thing what will set you apart from all the other makeup artists. You are basically creating your own destiny, your own career, and you are putting that out there. Everyone else will see and feel that passion, will definitely set you apart from the others and maybe even get you faster to your goal. Okay, let's get to the more uncomfortable parts of that job. Like everything in life has an up and down side. So this job is glamorous and beautiful and it's a lot of fun, but sometimes you also have to deal with a certain kind of people. And there's this one question: what happens if a client complains about me or didn't like me? The main advice I can give you from myself: always stay professional. Never get like aggressive, loud, or anything like that when you feel that the client doesn't like you or anyone else is hating on you, because there are people like that. Even if you're a nice person and they're just like starting off with something, they're creating a false, you know, picture of you, or they're just like trying to put you in a bad light. And if you already feel that at set, I wouldn't even tell your booker, because it feels a little bit like you're telling them off, like you're a little child and you're coming back from school and you just want to tell your mommy and daddy. I wouldn't do that. You're your own boss in that sense. Yeah, they are your job provider, but you are your own boss. Keep your cool and don't say anything and act like nothing happened. So it really depends on what level that went. And if you didn't know that the client hated you and tells your agency, what also happened to me once, and that was really shocking. But yeah, there are people who are just weird and miserable and they're not happy with their life, so they need to take it out on other people, happy people, nice people. Then you can just do nothing. And yeah, if that happens and your agency, you know, mentions that and, you know, asks you about it, the only thing what I can advise you is be honest. Don't freak out. Don't lose control. Just tell them the truth and be very transparent and open about it, that you kind of like had that feeling, but you were just trying to keep your cool and everything was fine. If there's a specific situation, explain it to them. But like, other than that, just be honest. Tell them whatever they're accusing you of, that it wasn't true. Stay with your truth and everything is fine. What if you don't get paid on time? I think everyone who ever was with an agency knows exactly what I'm talking about now. You're not gonna get paid each month or within 2 weeks. It's gonna take a little bit. And sometimes it will also take up to 6 months. And in some cases, you have to fight for your money and it's gonna come in 9 months or a year. That's really rare, and I really think it depends on the agency and on the client. But I'm just trying to, you know, warn you and prepare you for what situations can come your way. So the usual is with agencies that it will take a couple months, and you can also send them a reminder and that they send a reminder to the client, because in the end of the day, it really is on the client. It has nothing to do, or it has most likely nothing to do with your agency, because they're waiting for their paycheck as much as you're waiting for it, because they're getting a cut from that as well. They don't want to bother the client with these constant reminders because they're also afraid of losing the client. There's tons of many makeup agencies waiting for this client, so they don't want to ruin the relationship by asking constantly for their money, which is really unfair, because I think everyone has a right to get paid on time, because every month there are paychecks waiting for us. It's not like I'm gonna pay whenever I want. No, I have a schedule and I have a certain time where I have to pay off my money like anyone else. So the usual, and I think that's my personal opinion, should be for every artist that you are getting paid every month, because my apartment, my rent needs to be paid every month. So if that would be different, okay, but I don't have any other rules. Like, I live like everyone else. So I think in that point that every agency should be responsible of the payments way more than they are today. An agency needs to be more responsible of the department, of the accountant department. So they definitely make sure that they're on top of that with the money, that they send frequent reminders, you know, let them know. But I think that's a big part where agencies are either lacking, or they're just not doing it because of the fear to lose the client, because they're annoying them. So I think that's one topic where I would definitely say that many agencies need to change. But you know, you can't have it all, but for you to know and to like warn you and inform you and give you the whole, like, put the cards on the table, you never know in the end. I'm just telling you, if that happens, don't start a fight, don't start arguing with your agency and whatever. Try to keep your cool, try to be as patient as possible, because patience is the most important thing you need to, you know, bring with you when you have an agency. So try to also like save a little bit money before you go into an agency to have on the side when you are, you know, starting to work with the agency. If for any reasons you don't want to be represented with that agency anymore, in my opinion, I would suggest you to try to ask them if they have time for a meeting, a personal meeting, and sit down with them and, you know, like just simply explain them what brought you here and why you decided for yourself to part ways. If they don't have time, or if you don't have time, or if you don't want to make that confrontation personally, you can also do that on the phone. I personally think an email is not enough, because it also depends on how long you work with that agency, but it is your work. It is your work partner. It is weird if you just end things with an email. It's basically like not even seeing the person you were working with. It's weird, and I don't think it's professional. But if you decide to part ways with your agency, try to find time to set up a personal meeting, and then, you know, maybe just write the reasons down before, list everything, and, you know, talk to them like a grown-up and like a professional. Just, you know, be honest and transparent with them, and I think they will understand and wish you all the best on your way. This was the end of the part 2. I'm so excited we got to talk about this, because I had so many makeup artists, you know, asking me, I don't know how to start, I don't know where to apply, what makeup agency is the right thing. And I hope with this video I explained everything you needed to know. If there are any other questions or something what you did not really understand, again, please leave a comment. I will try my best to answer you. And if there's anything else you want to see in the next videos, also please leave a comment, a like, and please follow if you don't follow already. Thank you so much for tuning in, and see you next time. Mwah.